What's up, guys? It's Acro Brandon, and today I'm going to review a rain boot. So I work in Manhattan as a bike courier. I do bike delivery, I deliver food, Postmates, Caviar, Uber, all that kind of stuff. So I've been doing that a little over a year now. I don't do it full time, but since I do work in the city, if I happen to commute down there and I happen to have half of a day free, I try to get on the bike and do a few hours of work. So I've accumulated enough gear over the last year to get me through all the weather conditions. But with fall starting now and a new winter, I'm thinking about the things that I didn't have last year that might make my job a little bit better. So what I bought were these boots right here from Amazon. Okay, they were only $40 and they were a really good deal. I wanted to see how they are going to match up, so I ordered them and here they are. So here's the boot that we have. It's got 3M Insulate supposedly. It's supposed to be waterproof. For summer, I ordered a pair of like high top waterproof shoes. They're like $25. They're super lightweight, not very comfortable. I only had to use them like once or twice, but they didn't really go up high enough. And what I found is that when I was wearing my rain pants, my waterproof pants, with those high top waterproof boots, that while I was pedaling on the bike, that the pant leg would slide up and then water would actually get into my boot or my shoe. So I wanted something that was a little bit higher of a boot. This time, that way, while I'm pedaling, there's not going to be any rain getting inside of my shoe. Also, I wanted something that's going to be insulated and get me through winter time. Now, it doesn't rain a whole lot during winter. It's kind of like it's going to get cold. It might rain a few days, and then it's just cold, and it either snows or it doesn't, where I can use a regular snow boot. So for $40, this is the boot that you get. This lower part is not quite rubber. But it's not plastic, but it is a waterproof material. And then up here you have a leather type material. It actually feels good. It's nice and thick, and that feels like it'll be waterproof as well. It's got a pretty hefty zipper here on the front for the tongue instead, and then on the inside, it's actually really soft. It feels really nice. I don't know if you can see inside of there. But it's actually really cozy, and I really enjoy slipping this boot on. I would say that for the $40, that this would be the comparable boot to something you could get at Walmart right now if you were to go get one of their winter Sorel type of boots, which I got last year, okay? And, you know, they're like kind of like rubbery at the bottom, but the rest up here is like suede, so they're not really meant to be waterproof. What I would say about those boots is that those boots are good for wintertime if you're just going to be outside for 30, 40 minutes or indoor, outdoor. You just want to wear a winter boot that can get dirty and can stomp through puddles and maybe a little bit of snow just for light use during wintertime. This would be probably, for the same price, a better upgrade, being that this is waterproof and you could wear this in the rain as well with the appropriate pants if you need to be outside. Do I think that these boots for $40 are going to last me outside for multiple hours on end, being someone who has to stay outside in order to make deliveries? Probably not. That was the issue that I had with the Walmart boots. They were good for 45 minutes to an hour outdoor, nonstop, with a couple layer of socks. But when I'm on the bike and I'm trying to do a lunch delivery, which could be somewhere, 10:30 to 1:30 or 2, so 4 hours nonstop in the cold, my feet definitely started to freeze up. So for that, I ended up getting a really nice boot. I got this boot right here from REI. I swear it was like, I think it's like $150. Has super thick insulation. It's actually quite lightweight. It's called Keen Dry. They say it's waterproof, and it actually was. I did wear this through a couple of rainstorms last year, and it lasted probably, it's not waterproof in the sense of like this other boot over here, right? It's got regular material out here, and then the tongue will protect you. So I actually lasted about 2.5 hours in the rain nonstop before I kind of felt it start to soak through all the material. However, since I was working days back to back, that it didn't have enough time to dry before the next use. So the next day I went out, it was still raining and getting really wet, and it was still wet. So if you want to use a boot like this, then it's a rainy day, it gets saturated at some point in time, and then I found that if I put it in front of a fan, like while it was blow overnight, that would help the drying process. But really, it's not a dedicated rain boot. Which is why I bought these other ones. So this is my main boot that I will be wearing through most of winter. This thing will definitely last me 4 or 5 hours nonstop before my feet really start to get cold. And, you know, we're only here in New York, so I mean, it doesn't really get down to like the 20s consistently. You know, it'll be like 40, 50. You know, if it starts snowing, sure, we're going to get really cold for small little spats here and there. But aside from that, this is a great boot. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put this boot on so you can see what it looks like in reference to my body, as well as with the rain pants on, with me moving my legs, so you can see how everything goes up and down. Okay, so here's what it looks like. Okay, so here's what it looks like with the boot on. I don't know, I'm 5'6", 5'7", so the boot goes up maybe like a third of the way up my shin area. My ankle's right down here in the foot. It's super comfortable. It's a little bit of a hard boot, probably needs a little bit of a break-in period, but aside from that, you can see that it actually fits quite well, and the insulation and the lining in here are super duper comfy. So at this point, I don't see the need to put like a gel sole or anything in there. Let me put on the rain pants, and then we'll look at that and see what that looks like. Okay, so here we are with my rain pants on. This is my Columbia rain pants. They're super lightweight. It's just a shell. They're actually a great deal. I got them used for 25 bucks off of eBay, I think. Maybe it was a jacket. I don't know. Anyways, so here it is. It covers up quite nicely. Stays right around it. Okay, and then if I bend my knee, you can see it slides up just a little bit, but it actually hasn't coming all the way off. So if I have just a little bit of exposure there, as I'm pedaling a bicycle, going up and down, right? It's about as high as I'm going to get, right? Turning around, moving my leg up here. This is as much as it pulls. I still have a lot of coverage, and then as the foot goes back down, everything else will settle too because I'm moving nonstop and it'll go back down. So I feel like this combination right here is actually going to do me quite well during the wintertime, keeping my feet warm and dry for the upcoming rain that's about to start happening here since fall is upon us. So I'm Acro Brandon. If you want to stay tuned, hit the subscribe button. I'm doing reviews on all sorts of different stuff, electric skateboarding, stuff I buy at random, and more to come as the channel grows and develops. Thanks for tuning in.